What's up, guys? So now we're going to be diving into the Fat Files, which is the second channel from the Fat Electrician. And this was highly recommended, and many people kept on recommending a lot of videos to me. But out of all those recommendations, this one was the most recommended, so I decided to start the Fat Files with this video. The most American thing ever, Bass Pro Shops. And don't worry, I have many other videos saved that were recommended, and also I just took a look at the list from the channel, and I saw Taco Bell, I saw the Waffle House, I saw Costco, I saw Red Bull, I saw I think I saw KFC on there too, because it looked like Colonel Sanders. And I saw Little Caesars, I saw Coca-Cola, just many other companies. So don't worry, I will be getting into the Fat Files more, but I was thinking about doing this. Right now, it's pretty much just the Fat Electrician. So I was thinking about doing maybe a Fat Electrician video one day, the next day a Fat File, Fat Electrician the next day, Fat File the next day, you know, things like that. So a military one day and maybe something not military the next day, you know, just kind of like even it out. I was just going down pretty much a military video like hot streak for literally the past 3.5 weeks. But as for Bass Pro Shops, I've never stepped foot into one personally. Didn't really have to. I'm pretty sure it's just fishing and camping gear if I remember correctly. But let's just see how the Fat Electrician presents it. So without anything else, let's just jump right into it.
Nothing is normal. Absolutely nothing. Every time I start a video, I was like, this is a cool company. I'm sure completely normal things are happening there. Never happens, okay? Started working on a Cabela's video, found out that they're actually owned by Bass Pro Shop. Okay, I'm gonna do a Bass Pro Shop video.
Oh, and I also saw on the channel, he does a video about his job, about being an electrician or something like that. I have that saved, so don't worry.
And now there's Indian spiritual leaders and crystal skulls and pyramids and curses involved, and I don't even know what's going on. Today we're talking about the most American thing that has ever happened, that time that we took the world's 7th largest pyramid and turned it into a Bass Pro Shops. Okay, and just so we're all on the same page, it is not the simple fact that America turned the world's 7th largest pyramid into a bait and tackle shop that's the most American thing ever. No, the most American thing is the story of how it happened, because it reads like a redneck Indiana Jones script, and it's absolutely insane, but we're gonna get to it right after a word from our sponsor.
Delete me.
Why are you dressed like that? Why do you have a Tech 9?
I'm going to the farmer's market.
Okay, that explains the outfit. Explain the Tech 9.
Muriel's getting on my turf again.
You look like you're going to go do a drive-by in a carriage. All right, here's the deal. Super simple, straightforward business model. You give them money, they turn around and make sure the data brokers on the internet aren't selling your personal information. What does that even mean? Okay, here's the entire internet and every free service on the planet inside of a nutshell. Okay, there's...
All right, two things. One, I'm going to skip delete me because I've seen this ad many times, but I just want to see what he says to his wife and all that. I'm willing to bet everything they say to each other is not scripted.
Link in it may not be code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, buckle up. Things are about to get weird. Alex Jones may or may not be involved. Regardless, our story begins in 1948 when Johnny Morris, the founder of Bass Pro Shops, is born. He grows up as the son of a World War II veteran that after coming back home from the war opens up a liquor store. That goes well, so he opens up another liquor store soon. He's got an entire chain of regional liquor stores called Brown Derby. Why on earth did they call it that?
Brown
I have
Derby?
no idea. So then why did I bring it up? Because it kind of sounds like a gay bar and I think that's funny. Moving on. So Johnny spends his childhood growing up in Springfield, Missouri. His dad owns a chain of liquor stores in the Midwest. There's absolutely no way that guy's not making a ton of money. There's literally nothing to do in the Midwest other than drink and figure 8 race, which if...
God damn. Look how white it is right there. And wait, is this Utah? Of course. But it looks like the excessive drinking is mostly in the north.
We're being honest, is just racing with an intersection while you're half drunk anyways.
Hell yeah.
So Johnny presumably has a pretty good childhood because his dad is taking him on all these hunting trips. He's going bass fishing out at Lake of the Ozarks, and he ends up becoming this huge outdoors guy. He goes off to college where he, and I quote, majored in fishing.
You can do that?
Comes back home from college, doesn't really know what
Why not? I mean, right now you can major in gender studies and all that.
he wants to do, but he does know it's a humongous pain in the ass to find good fishing equipment because remember, this is like the 1970s. There is no Amazon. You can't get on the internet and buy all the fishing stuff, okay? Bass Pro Shops doesn't exist yet. You got to know a guy that knows a guy that's making lures in his basement if you want to get good fishing tackle. So Johnny, fresh home from college, where he just learned the laws of supply and demand, there's a huge demand for fishing stuff and there's a very low supply of it, figures he's going to fill that gap and he's probably going to make some money doing it. So he takes out a $10,000 loan, rents a U-Haul, travels the entire United States making connections with local bait and tackle shops and buying up all of their inventory, and then brings it back to Springfield, Missouri and starts Bass Pro Shops in the back of one of his dad's liquor stores. Now remember what I said, there is no Amazon. You can't get online and order all your fancy bass fishing equipment. You got to know a guy that knows a guy, and pretty soon Johnny Morris becomes that guy. His phone number is getting passed around the fishing community like wildfire. The next thing he knows, he's getting phone calls from other states all over the country, placing orders, and then he's mailing stuff to people. This goes on for about 2 years, and then after that, he realizes he has an enormous catalog of names, addresses, and phone numbers of all the big fishermen all over the United States of America. So he takes a risk. He prints out 10,000 Bass Pro Shops catalogs in 1974 and mails them to absolutely everybody with all of his products inside. This explodes into a humongous mail order business, which is basically the Amazon of its time. And as he continues to grow the business, he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to start selling fishing boats out of my catalog too. But I'm not just going to sell the boat. I'm going to sell the boat with the motor and the trailer, all for...
Bro, look at the lighting of this, man. Dude, that is crazy. Do you know what this reminds me of? The old box TV I had when I was younger. And every time I turned the TV on Saturday morning to watch cartoons like Tom and Jerry, Johnny Test, and all those animations. Oh man, Warner Brothers, they really did a great job and everything. But I had those like big antennas on top of the box TV, and you gotta like angle them in a way that you'll get a clear picture. If not, it's gonna be static as hell. I remember sometimes I gotta experiment, I gotta do all that, and this was almost the best quality picture we could get. And then when plasma screen TVs came out and the picture was always clear, there was no antennas or anything like that, I was like, man, these kids will never know the struggle. But I just want to share that. But this is really new of this kind of history because I'm not really into fishing. My dad's not really into fishing because fishing isn't really something that is done in the family. So, here and there. Dad kind of likes golf, so if this was golf history, maybe he knows this a little bit.
Catalog too, but I'm not just going to sell the boat. I'm going to sell the boat with the motor and the trailer, all for one price, one-stop shop to get everything. Up until this point, if you wanted to buy a fishing boat, you had to go buy the boat, then you had to go buy the motor, then you had to figure out how to get a fucking trailer. It was a whole day-long event. Now you could just call up Johnny and have the boat delivered to you. It was perfect. His boats end up becoming the most popular boat in America and the most manufactured boat on the planet. Then in 1980, he realizes, like, you know what? I bet people would really appreciate a place where they could just drive their truck, pick up the boat on the trailer, be able to look at all the fishing lures, all the stuff I have for sale. I'm going to build an enormous retail place. He builds the world's first Bass Pro Shops outdoor world. It is 300,000 square feet. There's fish tanks. There's exotic animals stuffed all over the walls. It's not just a store. It's basically like a dead zoo, except the fish are alive. It's basically Willy Wonka's chocolate factory for rednecks, okay? People travel from hours and hours away to make their pilgrimage to Bass Pro Shops. Okay, I can't stress to you enough how big of a deal the first Bass Pro Shops was, okay? To this day, the Bass Pro Shop in Springfield, Missouri is considered the largest tourist attraction in the state of Missouri. This one singular store gets over 4 million customers a year, okay? That's like 11,000 people a day inside of this bait and tackle shop. Okay, and at this point you're like, wow, that's a lot of people. No, that's a metric fuck ton of people going to buy fishing lures, okay? Disneyland gets 40,000 people a day. You've got 25% the business volume of Disneyland, and all you're doing is selling fishing equipment. Johnny Morris is literally the Walt Disney of rednecks at this point. How come you keep saying everybody that shops at Bass Pro Shops is a redneck? Don't do the whole I'm gonna get offended over literally nothing bit, okay? Nobody cares, okay? At the end of the day, there's only two types of outdoor people, okay? There's Patagonia wearing outdoor people, and there's Bass Pro Shop outdoor people, okay? You've got outdoor people that want to save the environment, you've got outdoor people that want to eat the environment, okay? If you are the ones that want to eat the environment, sorry, you're a redneck. That's just how it goes.
I think we offended somebody out here. That ain't funny, is it, sis?
Anyways, outdoor world, outrageously successful. So when you find something that works, you keep doing it. So he opens up another one and another one.
Another one.
And then another one. And next
saw
thing
that
you know,
coming.
he's got over 200 Bass Pro Shops, outdoor worlds all over the country. So now at this point, Johnny Morris has built the business out wide, and the only place left to go is up and down. He vertically integrates the entire thing. So Johnny Morris figures, okay, well, who's upstream of me? I'm the middleman. I basically buy shit from a factory. I sell it in my store. I deliver it to the customer. Cool. I'm gonna go backwards, and I'm gonna start buying all the factories that make the shit in my stores. He buys out the boat company that makes all these boats, which to this day is still the most popular boat in America and the company that makes the most boats in the world. He buys the company that manufactures the four-wheelers that he sells in his stores. He buys up anything and everything that he can, and then he makes that the Bass Pro brand. And in doing so, his brand is now absolutely everywhere. It's on boats, it's on ATVs, it's on clothing, it's on dining room sets, it's on fishing equipment. It's absolutely everywhere, to the point that everybody in America knows that brand. It's one of the most recognizable brands of all time. And in doing so, it's kind of polarizing, right? There's only two types of people in regards to Bass Pro Shop. There's people that like it and want to shop there, and those people are going to buy his merch and rep the company because they think it's awesome. And then there's people that want to make fun of the people that shop at Bass Pro Shop, and guess what they're going to do? They're also going to buy his merch to wear it ironically in an attempt to make fun of those people. Either way, Johnny Morris is making money off of both ends selling his merch. It's absolutely brilliant. Not only is he conquering his own market, he's figured out a way to monetize the haters as well.
Hey, I'm sorry I didn't see you there. I was too busy blocking out the haters.
So Johnny Morris
But this kind of reminds me of, in a way, the movie The Founder, which is the founding of McDonald's. Because say what you want, but Ray Kroc knew how to market and expand the business a little bit more. And this is what's kind of reminding me. So not only did Johnny Morris have this passion for what he liked, which is fishing, he figured out a way to how to market it and expand. That was amazing. Man, I wonder if he's still opening up those liquor stores.
has done it. He's vertically integrated everything. Like anything to do with fishing in America, he is inescapable. Like you got to go through this guy if you want to be able to catch fish, essentially.
He's the final boss.
Like, okay, well, I need to expand into related markets. What's related to fishing? Hunting. Most people that fish hunt, vice versa. So there's another company, almost the same exact business model and storyline to him, but it's the hunting version, and that's Cabela's. So he buys Cabela's out for $5 billion and combines the brands together. After acquiring Cabela's, there's only one more company that he's actually competing with, and that's Sportsman's Warehouse. So he goes to buy them out too, and he gets like all the way to the very end. They're about to sign the contract, and Bass Pro Shops is about to own Sportsman's Warehouse, and the government agency, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, has to step in and stop the purchase of Sportsman's Warehouse, because if he buys it, they're going to declare it a legal monopoly. He is not allowed to buy up any more of the competition.
This is the worst.
Come on, man.
At this point, Johnny Morris has essentially won capitalism. The government has had to come in and say, no, you're way too good at selling fishing lures. You're not allowed to do this, because then you're literally going to be the only option in the entire country. We've got to stop you. Here's the gold star for winning capitalism. Great work. Enjoy being a billionaire. Have a nice day.
So basically, he's the Rockefeller of fishing.
So Johnny Morris was like, okay, the government stepped in, not allowed to get any bigger at doing what I'm already doing. So my only other option now is to either just call it a day and retire, or I can expand into a related market. And at that point, he realizes like, okay, I'm going to do tourism. I'm already kind of in tourism already. I have the #1 tourist destination in Missouri, and my other stores are in the top 5 destinations in like 8 other states. So he gets
he's
more
a
into tourism.
genius.
He starts opening up Bass Pro Shop resorts, golf courses. He has a fucking music festival. And then one day, the Memphis Pyramid comes up for sale. And I know what you're thinking, why the fuck is there a pyramid in Memphis? Great question. Well, in the 1950s, there
Also, on top of that, there's a city called Memphis. I learned this from Assassin's Creed Origins. City called Memphis in Egypt, and Egypt's got pyramids. That's pretty much my guess. So in a way, that kind of replicated it into Memphis, Tennessee.
was this architect that wanted to make a big ass pyramid. He actually wanted to make 3 pyramids, but it never got that far. He never got around to it in his life, but his son also became an architect. And in the 1980s, he resurrected the idea, got the funding, and built the 7th largest pyramid in the world on the Mississippi River in Memphis. Right out of the gate, the Memphis Pyramid is extremely polarizing. You've got taxpayers that are like, I don't want you to take my tax money and build a giant fucking pyramid? No. And then there's other people that are like, fuck yeah, this is America. Let's build a giant pyramid. And then you've got people coming out of left field like Alex Jones claiming that the people behind it are part of the occult and they're building a secret satanic worship temple or some shit.
These guys are admittedly into the occult. You can just look up their names. They're all over the local newspapers.
And originally, it was an event center. People were going to have basketball games there, boxing matches. Mike Tyson fought there. They were going to have concerts, all kinds of stuff. So they started building it in 1989. It finally opens up in 1991. And right before the Memphis Pyramid is about to open up, the maintenance crew goes up to the very top. And at the very top, there's a metal box welded at the top of the pyramid. And they're like, what the fuck is that? So they go, they get the project manager. They end up chipping away at this welding. They rip this box down. Inside this metal box is a smaller wooden box. So they pull that up, they open it, and there's like a of just incense and perfume and shit that comes out. And inside of the box is a fucking crystal skull inside of a velvet cloth. Don't worry, it gets weirder somehow. So they track down who put the crystal skull there, and somebody finally admits to doing it, and it is the founder of the Hard Rock Cafe and the House of Blues, Isaac Tigrit, because originally there was going to be a Hard Rock Cafe inside of the pyramid. Still raises the question, why the fuck are we putting crystal skulls at the top like it's an Indiana Jones movie? Isaac Tigrit's reasoning was, I'm not making this up. I promise you, I can show you the interviews where he talks about it. When Isaac Tigrit was 27 years old, he was drunk driving his Porsche and crashed it, careening it off a 400-foot cliff. And as the car is rolling down the cliff, an Indian man appeared and held him through the crash, and he walks out of this car wreck. The car is just completely obliterated, and he walks out without so much as a scratch or a bruise.
He appeared instantly in this room. He picked me up and put me on a bed. He pulled my tongue out. I'm watching this from above. He places his hand on my chest and pushes on my chest, and the spirit went right back into my body.
A couple years later, he's in a bookstore and he sees the Indian man that held him through this car crash on the back of a book and finds out that it's his Indian spiritual leader named Sai Baba. So he goes to India multiple times, ends up giving this guy millions and millions of dollars, and becomes best buddies with this Indian spiritual leader, Sai Baba. And when Sai Baba finds out that they're building a massive pyramid in Memphis and they're putting a Hard Rock Cafe on the top, Sai Baba gives Isaac this crystal skull and gives him instructions on how to mount it at the very top because it's gonna please the cosmos or put out good vibes or some shit. So that's what Isaac Tigrit does. Then fast forward, the maintenance guys find it, they take it down, they track Isaac Tigrit down, and Isaac Tigrit is like, you need to put it back up there or you're gonna disrupt the cosmos. At which point they're like, no, that's fucking weird. We're not doing that. Alex Jones is already breathing down our neck saying that we're some satanic cult
that turned the friggin' frogs gay.
No, we're not mounting crystal skulls at the top of the fucking pyramid. So then people find out about this. People start saying that now the pyramid is cursed, and it's starting to look like...
Yeah, now that confirms it, because I mean, there's already conspiracy theories. Now this is the smoking gun they needed to say, it is true. But dude, you can't make this up. I swear.
It's true because the first night it opens up for a concert, the sewage backs up and ruins the entire event. From here, it's just bad thing after bad thing after bad thing happening. One of the maintenance crew guys plummets to his death. People keep falling down the staircases because the stairs are too steep because they built a concert venue inside of a fucking pyramid. The seats are uncomfy because they made them too small, trying to cram as many people into this auditorium as possible. Again, because it's a pyramid, which is not a great shape to have a concert venue to begin with. Eventually, a bunch of musicians refuse to even play that venue because apparently the acoustics inside of a pyramid aren't that great. The entire venue just becomes synonymous with not having a good time. It's a huge waste of taxpayer money. Memphis is actually losing money every single month keeping this place open, and the people in Memphis start referring to it as the Tomb of Doom. So by 2007, the entire venue is just shut down. Nobody wants to go there anymore, and now there's just a big, empty, haunted pyramid on the Mississippi River in Memphis, Tennessee. Cue Johnny Morris, the guy expanding his hospitality and resort business, and he's like, you know what? I could put a Bass Pro Shop in that motherfucker. It'd be awesome. At face value, it's funny. Why wouldn't you go to a giant pyramid to buy a fishing lure? That's hilarious. But we're also going to call it the redneck mecca. Why is that funny? Well, because
So I drove from Quantico, Virginia, all the way to here, 29 Palms in 6 days. And I drove through Memphis, Tennessee. I do remember seeing that pyramid actually now, but I do not remember seeing a Bass Pro Shop logo on the side of it. I guess I was on the side where it didn't have it or something.
Mecca is the holiest place in the Muslim faith, and every single Muslim on the planet is obligated to go there at least once in their life if they're physically and financially capable of doing so. We're going to quietly insinuate that every redneck in North America has a religious obligation to make a pilgrimage to Memphis so that they can buy a fishing lure from our pyramid. Then we're going to put a 100-room resort at the bottom of it. We're going to have a bowling alley. There's going to be an indoor swamp, a shooting range. It's going to be fucking awesome. And I know what you're thinking. Why on earth would you want to put your retail business inside of a haunted pyramid? Because your customer base is rednecks. You want to know who doesn't give a shit about being haunted? Rednecks. If anything, it makes it better. You know what's more fun than being able to go to a pyramid to buy a fucking fishing lure? Being able to go to a pyramid, buy a fishing lure with the slight chance that you're going to get to shoot a ghost with a shotgun loaded with rock salt, okay? Okay, these are rowdy, fearless individuals. These are who Charlie Daniels was talking about, okay? If you told a story about any other demographic
Okay, I know what to put in my thumbnail now. Redneck Disneyland.
on the planet that started out with they made a deal with Satan.
Oh, God.
It would be a cautionary tale where this guy loses his soul. Not rednecks. Rednecks are gonna beat that motherfucker in a fiddle contest, win a golden fiddle because they can. So the pyramid being cursed, definitely not a downside. If anything, it's an upside. The only real downside, to be honest with you, is that, well, you're creating a tourist attraction for rednecks, and if they're staying overnight, they're probably going to get drunk and rowdy and get naked and take a cannonball into the fish tank.
Man made quite a splash at a Bass Pro Shop when he swam naked. Police say he crashed his car in the parking lot, took off all of his clothes, he jumped into the water yelling cannonball.
And then, of course, there's the cost. Obviously, buying the world's 7th largest pyramid that's on the river on prime real estate is going to be pretty expensive, whether it's haunted or not. So Johnny Morris doesn't really know if it's going to be a good business idea. He definitely doesn't want to lose money, so he just kind of like sets it in the hands of God and lets him make the decision. He decides, you know what? I'm just going to schedule a fishing trip on the Mississippi River right near the pyramid, and I'm going to go fishing for catfish, and if I catch a really big catfish, that's going to be my sign that I'm going to buy this pyramid. And sure enough, Johnny Morris goes on this fishing trip and catches a 34-pound fucking catfish in the shadow of the pyramid. Okay, do you understand the significance of what I've just told you? This is the most American thing.
So basically God said, hey, I heard you, man. I got you.
That's ever happened, all right? A pyramid got built in Memphis. It's the 7th largest pyramid on the planet that people now think is haunted because some millionaire that opened up the Hard Rock Cafe was drunk driving his Porsche and had a vision that he was saved by an Indian spirit guide. So he had him place a crystal skull at the top, and then it was haunted and run out of business. And then it got brought back by some dude that became a billionaire by selling fishing lures out the ass end of a liquor store in Springfield, Missouri. So in conclusion, I guess I don't know. I don't know how I got here, to be honest with you. I guess if we could draw anything from this, pick whatever you want to do in life, even if it's something as simple as selling fishing lures, and get so outrageously good at it that you can then financially justify buying a haunted pyramid. 'Cause America, I guess.
Your devil worship fails, the hillbillies, the country boy can't survive, the John Deere hat wins. You lose, we win, your little devil palace is falling down.
At this point, I'm convinced that there's no US-based company that does anything normal whatsoever. Coca-Cola's Confederate cocaine water, Waffle House is being used by FEMA to track natural disasters, and apparently Bass Pro Shop is an outdoor monopoly that's getting involved in investing in haunted pyramids.
Well, with what he just said there at the end, now that gives me a little bit more idea on the other ones. Oh, he has a video about Five Guys? Okay, I'll look into that too. But either way, I did not know that about Bass Pro Shops. To be honest, the first half was normal of how, you know, it just turned into a small business like a liquor store, and then he monopolized it with something that he loved doing. But then the second half just took a huge turn ever since he talked about a crystal skull. So that was crazy. No wonder you guys wanted me to see this. But like I said, don't worry guys. I have a lot of Fat Files videos you guys want me to see. So I'll look into it. But I will tell you this, guys. The amount of recommendations for every single video pretty much tells me which one I should see next, like the prioritizing which one you guys want to see more. So the more duplicate recommendations I see, the higher and higher it gets up on the top of my list. So I will respond saying I have it already saved or things like that. So don't worry, you're not wasting my time or doing anything like that. I am telling you guys, go ahead, comment, tell me which one you guys want me to see first. and I'll put it on the list and I'll take it into consideration. Don't worry, guys. And by the way, ever since the channel blew up at the beginning of March, ever since because of Iran and the Operation Praying Mantis video on my channel really blew up, responding to comments right now has turned into a full-time job. I'm not joking, because my phone can't even keep up with the notifications now of what you guys are messaging me. So now I have to log into my channel and actually look at some of the missed comments that I did not even see to start with. But anyways, thank you guys so much for your continued support on this channel. I cannot thank you guys enough. But besides that, that was my very first Fat Files video, and I'm really looking forward to more next. But I do plan on maybe seeing either Red Bull or maybe Waffle House or Costco next. But then again, it's up to you guys what you guys want me to see. But by the time you guys see this video, I probably would already have a few of those videos out already. But besides that, that's all I got. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that notification bell so you know when I drop more videos. Also, shout out to all my members, subscribers, viewers. You're amazing. Thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. So with anything else, see you guys next time.